welcome to the greatest era, the golden era of the United States.
The Gilded Age.
Some people say that this is a perfect podcast, a beautiful podcast.
The best ever.
The best that there's ever been. Shrouded realities. We are two idiots today, actually. Yes. So I'm going to take it back down to my normal voice, get out of my movie voice. Steven and Connor on the mics today.
Yes.
Going to be bringing you all that is Trump, the new era.
The new era, as he says.
We're bringing it in.
Yes.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
I think I am.
Gotta have some hope.
I'm optimistic.
When there's change, there's hope.
Exactly. Well, maybe. We'll find out.
It's we're only what? This is day what?
Day
7. No,
we're not that
day
far.
5.
Yeah, we're on day 5.
Okay.
But man, that inauguration was freaking cool.
Yeah.
I mean, we watched that at work.
Yeah.
And there were people literally cheering halfway through it. I mean, it was just
like at work.
At work, there were things that were said, and we're like jumping up and clapping.
It's almost as bad as clapping at a movie.
It almost is.
There's a little bit. There's a layer of cringe there.
There is a layer of cringe involved with it, but it's just we've had such bad for the last 4 years.
It's like when the plane lands and everybody claps.
Yeah,
that's what that's like.
Have you been on one of those?
No, I'm glad
I haven't either, but I've seen videos of that, and that's the worst.
Yeah.
You did such a good job. But I mean, we're coming from just so little confidence in the direction of our country.
Yeah, like
I mean, it has been bad.
This place is getting around like Walmart. I mean, people stealing, nobody showing up for work.
Dude,
I mean,
Sam Walton would be turning over in his grave.
Yes,
but it's the things that he's promised, and that's what we want to do here.
Yeah,
is we want to discuss the promises, and we're kind of setting a marker. Of today, 5 days in to to the new president, the golden era. We want to set a marker of what he said.
Yep.
And where we are in 2-4 years.
Yeah.
Somewhere in that range.
Because promises don't mean anything until something happens.
Words are words, man.
Yeah.
And I have hope that we're going somewhere here, but at the same time, politicians.
Money.
So, I mean, we're going to go through some of the executive orders, some of the big boys. I mean, it was 200 of them he signed
something
on day
like that.
one.
You know, his wrist was cramping.
Oh man, did you watch it? He had a Sharpie that was this big around.
Yeah,
and he used one for each piece of paper, and he just.
What's up with that signature too? That's insane.
I don't think he puts a line through his T. When he's signing it, I don't think he puts a line through it.
Because then he's got to stop.
Yeah, he doesn't stop.
You got to flow through.
When you're signing 200 of them, you don't stop.
So it's Donald Trump?
Donald Rump.
Donald Rump?
Donald Rump.
Golly. But yeah, it's exciting. I mean, at least we have some kind of change. I mean, something else.
I feel like we at least have like an adult in the room now.
Yeah.
More than anything.
Maybe a little crazy, but
Joe Biden was an adult. I will say that. He is an adult.
Right. But when an adult poops their pants, I mean, does that knock you down a notch?
Yeah. You're
on the adult scale?
Yeah, you're back to like 8. Like, I had an accident. You know?
I pooped in the bed.
He comes into the room when he throws up.
And
he shakes his mama and goes, "Mama, I float up." So, I mean,
the washing machine's going nightly.
Man, I hadn't reached that point yet, but I know it's coming.
Yeah, it's okay. We got to laugh about it now so we can cry about it later.
Mama, I froed up.
I froed up. Man. I mean, name something more embarrassing than pooping your pants, but then being the president.
Yeah. Yeah, I pooped my pants, but I'm also
the leader of the most powerful military in the world.
Exactly. I don't know that you recover from it.
You can't.
I do think. I mean, I watched some stuff last night. I don't know why I got into this. YouTube algorithm has got me. I was watching the favorite foods of presidents, and people were like cooking them. Chocolate chip was President Biden's favorite food.
Chocolate chip?
Yes.
What else are chocolate chips made out of?
No, it's chocolate ice cream.
Oh, with chocolate
chips in it.
Okay.
Like everybody else had something that was relatively okay, except Nixon. His was cottage cheese and ketchup.
All right. He's lost it. He's lost it.
Yeah, I kind of feel like he's lost even more points than what he already had.
It's probably because of them CIA experiments. Yeah. Fried his brain.
Give me you guys.
Pistachio.
That actually sounds better than ketchup.
Yeah,
cottage cheese and
ketchup goes with chicken dinners and fries, and that's it.
Yeah, not cottage cheese.
Yeah.
But him, one thing I respect about Donald Trump is everybody had something like Barack Obama said his favorite food was broccoli.
All right, you sus.
Nobody. 0 people on the planet.
The only way that's okay is if it's like grilled and seasoned broccoli. Then it's like, okay.
It still doesn't matter. It's not your favorite food.
Right.
You're not like, man.
It can be with your favorite food.
Yes.
But it can't be your favorite food.
You're not one human. And if you're that human that says broccoli is my favorite
go
food,
see a therapist.
Yes. Go see somebody. We'll reach out to us. We'll talk you through it.
Beat the broccoli out of you.
There no way. 0 chance. He was trying to push me.
Especially if it's like steamed broccoli.
I'm at this point of like, you're so into pushing an agenda that you think that we are going, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Broccoli? Yeah.
And the only way that makes sense is like if he's trying to set a good example, but it's like, no.
I know it's bullcrap.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to pick something healthy, pick something that it is not broccoli.
Yeah.
Oh, cauliflower. Yeah. No.
So just albino broccoli?
I want something that tastes like dirt.
Yeah.
Can I have that?
That's what that is.
Yeah. I mean, this is not the point of our show today, but It was just one of those things. What I respect about Donald Trump the most is he said fast food.
Yeah.
Just all of it. He doesn't, fast food's my favorite. And he eats KFC like on a nightly basis.
I mean, for someone who's been rich the entire life, I mean, he's got more in touch with the regular person.
He's a normal human that has $1 billion.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
He's a normal dude and everybody hates him, but he's a normal guy that has $1 billion.
Yeah.
But he's real. I feel like he's a real human.
Yeah.
He's not saying that his favorite fruit is broccoli.
Yeah. He's saying Big Mac, extra sauce, Diet Coke, please.
That's right. He's got a Diet Coke button in his office.
Yeah.
He's got a button he can
That's probably the best advertisement. Like, this dude's been drinking Diet Coke for years.
Yeah, I guarantee you Coke has thrown some money at his campaign to be like, oh, we're getting a Diet Coke button back.
What if they put Trump on a Diet Coke can?
Oh, dude, that would be a collector's item. People 100%. Would be all about that.
And then 20 years, people will be drinking them on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like, we're doing a challenge.
The LA Beast is going to be drinking Donald Trump.
He's going to go
and just throwing up Trump.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, make a golden can that's got Donald Trump. Dude, Coke, reach out. We got this.
We got it. Hire me.
So where have you ended up this week as far as the Trump era, the 5-day era? Where are you at?
Oh my God. How much? I didn't realize so much stuff could happen in 5 days.
Yeah,
it's not even a full work week yet.
In a day.
Yeah.
I mean, he was inaugurated and then it's like, oh, okay, well now I'm going to go sign all these things. First of all, publicly. That was the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I'm not doing this in the
privacy of
in the bowels of the White House. No, let's go to the Capitol.
Like I'm the one doing this.
Yes, and I know what I'm doing
and taking questions at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
Like what great. The crap? Why is it so? Why is this the standard of this like so shocking to us? It's like this should be like this.
Yes,
but it hasn't been.
It hasn't been. It's always been.
So it's like a culture shock of like, wow.
It's been. Let's do it on a Friday where there's a bunch of other news going on, so we can hide this under it.
Yeah,
that's what it's been.
We just signed $50 billion out to Ukraine.
Yeah, we're gonna have to discuss some Ukraine stuff today. I think.
Yep.
He did get rid of foreign aid immediately.
Yeah,
any foreign aid has been stopped.
Yeah, about 90% that's been funneled somewhere else.
And if you watch the mainstream media at all, they're going to tell you what a heartless human being he is because he's not taking care of all these other people.
Yeah. Don't stop funding this war.
Yeah, exactly. But, and they will tell you that they have stopped funding to Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
This is in a completely separate bill.
Yeah.
That it is still getting funded.
Yeah.
Ukraine is still getting funded. However, he is talking about we're going to have meetings with Putin. We're going to stop this war that's going on in Ukraine, which, hey, I'm all about.
Yeah.
Ukraine is going to lose. I mean, I hate it. I really don't hate it. It's whatever.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. You're the smaller country that has been taken over by a bigger country.
Yeah.
That's how it's been since the world has began.
The only reason they have been making ground is because of money from us.
Because we've
Giving them all kinds of stuff.
We've given them illegal cluster bombs. I don't know if you know that they just killed like a bunch of school kids with.
Golly.
That happened yesterday.
That give Ukrainians, man.
Yeah, killed teachers and school kids with cluster bombs, which are illegal, and we gave them to them. So stop. We have no business. We've talked about this in our CIA episodes and all that. We are not the world's police.
Yeah.
I think that's why I'm so excited for Trump is we are bringing a lot of this back here.
Yeah.
And saying, we're not doing this.
I think instead of us going to doors and doing the knock-in, we're going to wait till people knock on our door.
Yeah. You knock on it, and that's it.
Yeah, you're getting a 12 gauge.
Yeah.
But we're not. We don't want to be at other people's doors, kicking them down.
Well, we talked about last week. We're giving how much money to Al Qaeda?
Yeah,
$42 to $87 million a week.
The North Carolina residents would love that.
Yeah, which I did see that was going to be his first stop was North Carolina.
Yeah.
Then he's going to L.A.
That's a cluster.
We need to dock this down. We do this in every episode. We say we're going to talk about things, and then we forget about what those things are. Had somebody reach out to me yesterday and said, "Hey, have you looked into these LA fires at all?" I said, "No, I haven't. I mean, I think there's something weird about it, but I haven't looked into it." And he said that there is a project 2030,
2028.
Is it 2028?
Or maybe
that's what he
something like
said.
that. It's a smart city.
Making it a smart city is what he was talking about. The Olympics are supposed to be held in LA for the next one.
Yeah.
So they're trying to clear out to bring in the other. I mean, I hadn't looked into it.
It's all speculative.
It's all speculative, but it is pretty interesting that there is video of 3 fires starting simultaneously in different locations, but whatever.
Yep.
Anyway.
I'm not a meteorologist.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm
I don't even know if that's the right term, but
anyway, back to Donald Trump. We can go off on a tangent, but
I don't want anybody to confuse me as like Donald Trump can't do no wrong.
No,
that's not true. We're analyzing the change of the golden era, as he says. It's like something's got to happen. We can't sustain this. Would you call it torture? I mean, it feels like torture. Waking up every day in this country and like trying to make it.
For 4 years, I really just didn't feel like there was any way out.
Yeah,
it was
the box kept getting smaller.
It did. It kept getting smaller. You just kind of felt like it was closing.
Yeah.
I mean, every day it was something new that was just a once in a lifetime event that would happen almost on a weekly basis.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it just never felt like it was going to end. So I'm with you. It's not that Donald Trump can do no wrong. I have some things that I disagree with that he's already done. But I don't feel like we have an imbecile at the freaking helm at the moment, at least. And I want to discuss a little bit about where the media is going to take this and each one of these little, like birthright citizenship.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to deport you if you're not legal here, and what you're going to see and what your expectations should be for the next 4 years.
Yeah.
We've already done this once. And if you think that today is going to be different, you were completely wrong.
Yeah.
So we can get into some of that, but you said that you had brought in you had some things that you were up about. Let's get into some of those and kind of discuss it.
The biggest one that I'm excited about is the cartels being ruled as a terrorist organization, a foreign terrorist organization. I mean, we have all these organizations stateside that are domestic terrorists.
Yeah.
But they're not as armed. They're not as well put together as cartels.
Yep.
They don't do the stuff that they do, but they weren't labeled for 40 years as a terrorist organization. Well, they was able to get away with human trafficking, drug trafficking, murder of American citizens.
What reason do you think that there could be for that?
Well, obviously it's a CIA thing, and just
that's where I mean, as you're saying it, that's just where my brain's going.
Right. I mean, that's the only reason it was allowed. I mean, other than that, it's like, of course, anybody would be like, no, that's bad.
Yeah, they're cutting people's heads off and like leaving them in people's cars.
Yeah, in Texas, probably.
Yeah. Well, and there was a Texas family that was killed.
Yeah.
In that they were set on fire inside of their cars.
Yeah. I think the people who did that, this was a different situation.
This was a few years back.
Yeah.
This was, I would say this was even during Trump's first presidency.
I think it was like 2016, 2017. But there was another one where a couple Americans were killed because they were trying to find drugs. And the cartel was like, sorry, we thought they were, cartel members. And But they said, well, sorry.
Sorry doesn't cut
Oopsies.
it. Sorry doesn't cut it in that situation.
Right.
Oh, sorry guys. Yeah, wrong dudes. Oops.
Right.
Yeah.
So like it's like if this was any other country besides Mexico that was doing these kind of acts, like let's say Ukraine was butted up against the United States and this was happening on our border, we would have done something about it already.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, duh.
But that to me says that there's ties somewhere.
Yeah.
There's ties to that somewhere that
you gotta have problems to keep the money flowing.
Yeah.
If there's no problems, the money's not flowing.
Yeah, exactly. And if you think, I mean, we've already talked about the CIA allowing these drugs to come across our borders and to have introductions to certain drugs from inside.
Yeah. Thank you, China.
Yeah. So, I mean, all of that stuff is...
If this keeps going this way, the CIA's like headquarters, we're going to have to turn those into like shopping malls or something.
Speaking of the CIA, did you see that JFK, RFK, and MLK files are releasing in like 15 days?
Yeah, I'm gonna hold my breath just in case if like all of them are like blacked out.
So I watch Redacted on YouTube. That's some guys that I watch, and they were super excited about it. But they said that they have some inside sources with the CIA, and those guys are incredibly pissed about it. Yeah. They are pissed that that stuff's getting released. Why?
Yeah.
I don't know.
They're going to find out they crapped the bed, man.
Somebody told me yesterday that there's video of the driver turning around and shooting JFK.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen that.
I saw it. I can't tell. It's so hard to tell.
Was it the same Zapruder film?
It looked like a different one. No, it was a different one. That's what I'm like, where'd they get this footage from? It's from a different angle.
Is it AI?
I'm holding my breath. Hold my breath, brother. It's getting too good out here. I've seen some stuff, and it's like, ooh, I'm gonna have to reel back from society on this.
Especially if you make a grainy AI video.
Oh, that's so easy. It was already grainy.
That's the way to do it. At that point, you can literally have somebody turning around, and you'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, that looks legitimate.
Yeah.
Any other ones?
Dude, we're so doomed.
Oh yeah,
we're so doomed.
When you can't believe anything at all,
right?
And we're gonna have
people
to
live on the internet, and the internet's just fake. I mean,
yes,
like,
it is fake. Crap? That's why you have to look at everything 3 different ways just to find out. You could probably be somewhere in the middle.
You could be somewhere in person and then be gaslit about this fake news, and then be like, "What I saw in real life isn't real," because everybody else says it's not real.
Exactly. But
dude, I get why people lose their minds. I understand. I couldn't do it.
Any other ones you're in on?
Yeah, I have a short list. Some of them, it's like, I don't know if it's gonna do anything.
Like we're going to Mars. What about that?
That thing. That's just we need to bump the stocks up. We need money. We need money in the market. Let's tell them something.
You know what I hate is you go to a website and you're like, oh, this is all the information you need right here.
Yeah.
And then, well, if you sign up for our $1 a month, then you can actually see what's in this.
What?
I'm so tired of that crap.
This is government stuff. We should be able to have access to it.
Yeah. Well, it's the New York Times. They're like, oh, we've got it.
Times.
So you can if you sign up, we'll let you look at it.
The harbingers of fake news.
Let me tell you what we're not going to do, guys. We're not going to do that to y'all. Once people start actually listening to this, we're not going to do that to you.
Yeah.
You can see all of it.
Yeah. All of it?
All of it.
Patreon, hit them up.
Patreon. You don't know what you don't know. If you hadn't seen it, you should.
Yeah. We need to stop commenting back the comments because we need to save that for Patreon. I mean, make people pay for our replies.
I don't know if I want to stretch that far.
Okay. No, I'm penny pinching here. I'm trying to get every dollar's worth.
If you want to comment, you can only comment on Patreon. We're going to turn the comments off of YouTube, Facebook, anything.
Yep. If you wanna hate on us, you're gonna have to pay for it.
Yeah, that's right.
You're gonna have to pay us to hate us.
Pay
us to hate us. There we go. There's the slogan. But here's another thing he signed. We're moving on. The Paris Climate Treaty. I feel like that thing has been like the stepchild of this relationship because it's like we're in and out, we're in, we're out, we're in, we're out.
It's a big deal.
It's been back and forth, and it's like, why are we in this thing? I understand the face value of it, of like, correcting our carbon footprint and for the future or whatever, but it's like, are they actually doing anything?
No, because we're still labeling China as a developing nation.
Golly!
China as a developing nation. And one more time, China is a developing... No, they are not. They've got how many billions of people there? and they prop up how many economies? They're
including our own,
including ours. I couldn't. $36 trillion.
37.
Yeah,
it's taking the clock's ticking.
38. Yeah.
Yep. 44.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I mean, we owe them this crazy amount of money.
Yeah.
And we're saying that they're a developing nation, so they can go do whatever they want.
Yeah. If you should look at like Chinese like propaganda videos about their cities, it's like they have like these super like based off their propaganda anyway, like super futuristic cities.
Yeah.
Like incredible.
Maybe.
Like, most of their vehicles are electric. I mean, but then again, it's what they're putting out.
Yeah, I mean, North Korea, if you're looking in Pyongyang, it looks, from the outside, it looks like a big deal.
Yeah.
You get in there, though, and
it's like you look behind the house, and it's propped up by a piece of wood.
Yeah, it's got a,
it's got a little
45 holding it up.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just a cardboard cutout.
Nice brisk wind comes through, and that thing's going down.
So I got into that one for a long time.
Yeah.
The North Korea, people going into North Korea and videoing and all that.
Because they're getting shown what they want you to see.
Yeah, and even what they want you to see is really bad. Like,
if you look behind if you just look behind the veil.
Yeah. The outside skeleton, you're like, wow, this place is crazy. And then you get in the place and it doesn't have power.
Yeah.
Like, so.
Are they just the Amish of Asia?
If the Amish were killing people and putting them in front of firing squads, yeah.
I mean, have you ever seen the Amish Mafia?
Hey, maybe. Maybe that's what Little Rocket Man is.
Little Rocket
Man's in the Amish Mafia.
Man.
I mean, so on the Paris Climate Accords, the good things about this, about
the Paris climate or getting out of it?
No, of getting out of it. Not the good thing. There's not much good about that.
Yeah.
We no longer have the ban of electric vehicles in 2030.
Yep. That was my other thing bringing up too.
That's the craziest thing I've ever heard of in my life.
Yep.
I mean, our technology's not there yet, and it's not going to be in 5 years.
You have to upgrade the entire grid before that happens.
The whole grid would have to be upgraded. The batteries would have to have such a dramatic leap in a 5-year span of time for that to even be feasible.
It's like we can't even afford gas vehicles.
Yeah.
And imagine everybody's driving an electric vehicle.
Well, the argument to that would be is you've got once the market is inflated with more electric vehicles, the prices would come down. That's the argument. The problem is it's a throwaway vehicle at that point.
Yeah.
Because once the battery goes, you can go buy a car
for what the
battery's worth.
Right.
So why would you go buy a new battery to put in this thing?
Right.
So then you're producing more waste of lithium-ion batteries.
And then you have to create another agency to get rid of these vehicles, unless you're just going to leave them.
Yes, and not only that,
skyscrapers out of them.
There is pulling lithium out of the ground is the worst.
Yeah, that's the Congolese, man.
I mean, it will literally deplete everything.
Have you watched those videos of those people? Like, get like 8-year-olds barehanded pulling out these.
But you can feel good because you're saving the planet. You might be torturing an 8-year-old, but the planet's good.
I mean, I can't say much. I got an iPhone. Most of our stuff's been touched by a 9-year-old Chinese kid.
I was about to say, I mean, let's back
up. But also,
I'm
not doing it with the intent of saving the planet.
No, I'm doing
I know this stuff I touch is evil.
Yeah, everything. I mean, because it's all made from the developing nation, though.
Yeah,
is why.
The developing nation.
Yeah, they're trying to get it figured out still. They'll get there.
It's been about, 4,000 years?
Yeah, they're getting there, though. They'll get it figured out.
They made gunpowder, and everybody's just like, they're the best country ever.
Yeah, that's right. But they're still developing.
They're putting suicide nets on their buildings.
And they're also killing your second-born child. But, whatever.
Yeah, they had to stop that because they found out that's not good. They're going to realize that that's going to end very badly for them.
Yeah, they actually are.
It's like 10 to 1.
Yeah, their population is in such decline because they can't even find one to, have another kid with.
Yeah. Dude, that's insane. Can you imagine that?
Oh, it'd be the worst. Just a sausage party, everywhere.
You could be the most successful person. It's you can't get a woman.
Yeah, I mean, you would have to outsource women.
You would have to buy one.
I want to, and don't hold me to this, I want to say that is a thing that they do, is they will outsource and pay women to come and live in China because there isn't any.
Yeah.
I mean, if you were a female, dead. What?
Dude.
But they're developing. So that's why they're trying to get it figured out.
Yep.
What's some other ones, man? There were so many good ones.
We went over the one of the cartel, which I was excited about, the MLK stuff, which I'm excited about. What do you think they're going to find? I mean, we know we went over it, but what do you think? Do you think the
I think that they've had.
How much of the story is going to change?
So I think that we have 15 days for them to start getting their black Sharpies out.
Yep.
And marking a bunch of stuff out.
Yeah. And I wonder what can they do that, or do they have to release the virgin version of it?
No, they don't have to. I mean, even the stuff we have now, if you're going and reading the actual documents, there's black lines through everything. So then they'll black line it, they'll photocopy it, and then that way you can't see there's no way you can see what's underneath.
We need somebody in the CIA who's going to stop them from doing that.
Yeah, does he have a CIA director that he's appointing on this one, or is he running with the same dude?
If he's running with the same dude, what is your problem?
Yeah, I mean, I know we're doing FBI change. I know that Kash Patel is who is in line if he gets appointed, or he's appointed if he gets confirmed.
Right.
But, man, I hope he is.
Yeah.
Did you see that he pulled Fauci's security detail yesterday?
Whoa!
He's like, well, you're pardoned, so okay, no security detail.
Bro's about to get jabbed.
Everybody is, people are up in arms about that.
He was up in arms too.
Yeah. Oh, get it. This guy. Anyway, we're going to get into shroudrealities.com.
Bingo.
It's the time. I'm not too good at segues. I don't know if you can tell.
I can't ride one at all.
Yeah. Segues, me and Paul Blart, man, just riding that segue straight into this conversation. Shroudrealities.com. We have cool things on there.
Two things right now.
Yeah. What?
Oh, I couldn't see my fingers.
Oh, peace. Anyway, we have clothes. We have apparel. It would be the way to say that,
yes.
Right?
King's English.
Yes, exactly. You can buy a shirt and make them pants if you wanted to.
Yeah, that's the new fashion trend.
It's what I've seen people doing.
Take your wardrobe and just flip it upside down and
flip
wear it like
upside down. You put your legs through the armholes.
So the neck hole, that's perfect.
It is. If you got to pee,
bingo.
Whoop, whoop. And then if you need to close that hole up, we sell these things with little chemical adhesive on the back of it. And you're going to need a couple because if you pee more than once, I mean, it's pretty much null and void after that. But to close that head hole,
you roll head hole.
It's almost like it was made for this.
Yeah.
Anyway, you take a sticker.
You roll it up like a burrito.
Exactly. You roll it up, take your sticker, and you clamp it on either side. You're going to need multiple stickers, though. If you've got that, you need multiple stickers.
We sell them in 5s.
We sell them in 5. It's almost like we thought of it. And we said, you know what? If somebody wants to use this shirt as pants, we've got them. We got them figured out.
We're staying ahead of the trends here.
So here's I mean, that's what people have said about us is that we are trendsetters. Anyway, but
what a trash.
I mean, what a trash. One day we'll hit 20 views.
25.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you.
We're looking, if you don't know, just go look. But we have stickers. We have shirts. Wear them as pants if you want to. We have a YouTube, which you're probably watching on right now.
Right.
I mean, because you wanted to look at Connor.
Bingo.
We got a Spotify. Even bigger, we got a Patreon that we are so behind on. We are so behind on releasing things on Patreon, and I apologize to those people.
Yes.
But I want to be honest with you. We all got sick. We all got the flu. Then we had snow, and we just couldn't get the recordings together. But we're working on it.
We're getting back on track. The golden era of Shrouded Realities.
Look, it's the golden era. It's the most perfect podcast. That's what some have said. Some people said it was a perfect. It was a perfect phone call.
Podcast.
Perfect phone call. Anyways, we're gonna get back into it. Birthright citizenship.
Golly.
That's the big one today.
Is big.
That's the one that everybody's talking about. That and Elon Musk doing a Nazi salute. But come on. It's not what it is. Everybody chill out about it.
I think the news is really happy that Trump's back in office, honestly.
Oh, absolutely.
They've got 4 more years.
CNN's firing like half of their people.
Yeah.
Because did you see that video? I'm going to have to share that. On CNN with Jim Acosta, he was interviewing some guy. And Jim Acosta was wearing this guy out. He's like, you know what? Do you know why people are so upset with you? They're literally going to Cartoon Network and watching reruns of SpongeBob because their ratings are higher than CNN.
No.
CNN is in the tank. So the fake news, that whole thing.
25 years ago, like they were like the news.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like people tuned into them.
Kind of what happens when you go woke. I'm just saying, but, whatever. Right now, MSNBC, CNN, birthright citizenship.
Mm-hmm.
Should it be a thing? Should it be? I mean, they're making the argument for the 14th Amendment. That's what it says. My argument would be, was that the intent of the 14th Amendment?
Right.
I don't think so. For a mother to cross the border with the intent of getting her own citizenship
Just because
her child has citizenship, because she was on soil that made it that way.
Right.
No.
And the argument is like, do the who was here first argument. It's like nobody owns the soil.
Exactly. Well, if you want to play that game.
No, yeah. I'm just playing. I'm playing devil's advocate.
Let's go back and forth here. Yeah.
Yep.
No, it's ours. No, it's me.
I had it first.
But currently, the United States of America owns it, so that's what matters.
Right.
He's not going to go get rid of everybody who has been born on this continent and say, all right, you're out.
Right.
But here forward, you can't just like get pregnant, walk across the border, and then be a citizen.
Right. Can we do that anywhere else in the world?
No. And you shouldn't be able to do it anywhere else in the world, because it doesn't make sense. Because what is that going to do? It's going to drive people to come here intentionally to get citizenship.
Almost like getting hit by a car on purpose to get the insurance payout.
Yeah, it's going to suck, but you got it. You know? I mean, that argument to me is very weak.
Yeah.
It's not the intent of the law to me. And I don't see how anybody can prop that up. I really don't. If you look at that past the emotion, which is what they're going to drive on. They're going to drive, well, look at this kid. You say he's not a... That's what they're going to do.
Yeah.
In the next couple of weeks, you're going to start seeing people being pulled out of their house, and they've been here for however long with a free debit card and a hotel and EBT that come across the border, and you're going to see them on television making a sad face with the Arms of the Angel being played in behind it.
Sir McLaughlin.
To pull on your heartstrings. That's what we're about to start seeing.
Yep.
Today's not the day, but it's coming.
Yep.
And everybody needs to be prepped for it.
If this was done 20 years ago, like, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal, because it wouldn't have been this. There are so many people.
Well, everybody can go fact check this, and I beg for you to do it, to find out who has deported more people as a president ever. You got any guesses?
I think it was Obama,
It was.
but he's about to get destroyed with this number.
Yeah, his number's about to
It's about to get dwarfed.
So he deported 3 million.
Yeah.
Did you see the Haitian that was getting kicked out yesterday?
Yeah.
And he was
wild.
He was like, call Obama. Like,
call Obama. Like, he's like,
get him on the phone.
He's a
he
bro.
Knows. Yeah, me and Obama's tight.
We are tight.
And how much he hates Trump and this whole thing. And he's like, call Obama. It's like, dude, you're calling the wrong dude, because he would have said, get the out of here.
Yeah. Get him out of here.
But that's the difference in how the media portrays things.
Yeah.
Most people are not going to know that Barack Obama deported more people than any other sitting president, because they don't want you to know that.
Yeah.
They want Trump, though. Yeah, it's different when the guy with the R next to his name does it.
Yeah.
And everybody should see that at this point. If you're not seeing it, you're not paying attention. But that I think a lot of people did see it, and that's why we got Donald Trump in office at the moment.
The R and the D doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
It really doesn't. If you're giving good policy,
then
I'm in.
You're just an American president.
Granted, there is a certain letter that I would probably question a little more than another one.
Right, just because of, past circumstances.
Yeah, well, yes. I would say that a lot of our problems really kicked off around 2008, but not all of them, but a large portion of them in our current cultural climate changed. I would say culturally we changed a lot in 2008.
Yeah, a lot of stuff happened.
A lot of things happened during that time frame, and there was a certain president there.
So what do you think about, the plan of these mass deportations? What do you think it's going to do to the economy? Because I see both sides of it. Of the low wage worker being removed, so a lot of goods may go up in price because these companies hiring these low wage workers. But then on the other hand, it's like you can't pay people like that. Not here. Like, you can't pay people slave wages. It's not moral.
So it's really it's a tough answer. just in general.
Right,
I mean,
right.
it's hard
But
to
it's a
answer
good
that
question to ask.
It is a good question. I mean, and it is hard to answer
Because
that.
we've been used to this forever.
I don't think that that's the driving force of inflation. More so to me. I think, and I had this conversation with my wife today because she was asking similar questions about energy and when are things going to come down and, some of that. I think that energy is going to be more of the driving factor for your inflation than anything else. For the higher prices, for the higher cost of goods. If you're paying less for energy, getting
everything
the product,
else is going to cheaper.
Everything goes cheaper because getting the product from the farm to the store at that point is a cheaper process all the way around. That's the thing that has made zero sense to me at all about our energy policy and these climate accords and all this other crap is we're harming ourselves so much for the betterment of whatever crap they've come up with today, global warming, who knows, all of this garbage.
Which China does, they are the biggest
developing country, man.
The biggest problem in that sector because the amount of pollution they put out dwarfs a lot of the first world countries.
Absolutely, it does.
Because so it's like it doesn't matter if we're in or out; it doesn't change.
It changes nothing at all because whatever we do, they're tripling it. So I mean, it doesn't matter.
In a perfect world, we like. It'd be nice to have clean air everywhere, but it's not a perfect world, and people aren't going to follow the rules or regulations that everybody else follows.
Drill, baby, drill.
Yeah.
Let's get the coal mines going. Let's run. I mean, when your energy is cheaper, everything else is down the line of that.
Yeah, and
everything
plus, we can invest in innovation to make cleaner energy at that point.
Sure. It's not that I'm saying that I don't want cleaner energy.
Right.
I don't think that we found it.
We need to get independent first.
I don't think that we found that.
Yeah.
In the ways that we've done it so far, we've already talked about that lithium batteries and mining lithium, you're not gaining you're actually doing worse for the environment to get that stuff out of the ground.
Yeah.
But you can feel better. But where do you think that the energy that's coming from your wall socket comes from?
I don't know, unicorn buttholes or something.
Exactly. So you're still, regardless if you're putting gas in your tank or you're just plugging it into the wall, you have to have energy to create that. Yeah. Something, coal or fuel, it's the same thing. It's dirtying the air regardless.
Yeah.
So I don't think we've figured out clean energy.
Yeah.
You might feel better because you're just plugging it into a wall.
There's no smoke coming out of the back of your car.
But it's still, you've got, something had to get that energy to your car.
Yeah.
And it's not just unicorn farts. It's not.
God, I love it.
I love it. I don't know. These guys are ridiculous. They're dumb. And they make people believe it.
Yeah.
I'll give them that. They're smart enough to do that. They're smart enough to twist and contort these things to manipulate you with it.
Yeah, and then get filthy rich off of it.
Yeah. Drill, baby, drill. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Let's get our energy back here. Let's sell it to other companies. Don't be with the rest of this garbage.
Do you think back to the migrant thing, do you think a lot of college admissions may go down? People might start going towards trades more because a lot of like workers, like it's a fact, a lot of, like construction workers, a good portion of them are illegal.
Yeah. That's true. But if you can make a higher wage to go into these trades, why would you not do it?
Right.
I'm not 100% sure about what this is doing right now. Just for context for everyone, we have a blinking light that I'm not a fan of.
That's just it's saving to the SD card.
Okay.
See a little arrow to the SD card?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Don't you do that. Don't you play this game with me.
We're getting shut down. There's a van outside with a clicker.
It's got a clicker. It's going, nope, you better stop. What about the fact that there's two genders again?
I don't know I didn't know that ever changed.
Well, the fact that we had to say it is pretty pathetic, but we did have to say that. And that,
to be honest, that was my favorite thing about the Biden administration of all these things that were hired, and they were like not good.
Yeah.
What was that one guy's name? He kept stealing luggage at the airport.
It wasn't Rachel Levine. I know which one you're talking about.
The bald guy.
Dude, that dude looks like
Mad Max.
So it was
Mad Max scene.
It was like you stuck a dude's face on a woman's body, except neither one of them were good.
No.
Like neither side were you like, okay, that's okay. Like he had a thick mustache.
Yep.
But boobs. And you would look at it and you just felt so kind of wrong.
It's like you hit randomize on like a character creator, and that's what it popped out.
When you're starting Skyrim up, you just hit randomize and you end up with a dude with a mustache and then a lizard body or something.
Yeah. I mean,
hey,
lizards
might be onto something.
Uh-oh.
He's a lizard man.
But yeah, that was
Rachel,
the fact that that even happened. That's my favorite part.
That was the part that we stood up and we clapped.
Yes.
That was the clapping part of it, is there are only two genders, and I went, huzzah. I mean, why did we...
There's people who went to college. There's people who went to college.
To disprove that one statement.
Yeah. Thousands of dollars in debt.
Yes. Thousands of dollars in debt. And then we just go, oh yeah, that's bullcrap.
Yeah. Signed off.
Signed it. So now...
Your degree's worth nothing.
So does that mean that when you go to sign like a federal form, it's literally going to have male or female?
Dude, the DMVs are gonna go crazy.
It's male. But I'm a gender binary dwarf person.
Dwarf person? This is Game of Thrones.
You can identify as a dwarf if you want to. At this point, I mean, you can do whatever. And that we're at least gaining enough sanity to say we
need to stop giving the weird people like power like this.
Yeah, I mean, these are the people that would get swirlies in high school, and we're letting these people dictate what we're doing on
society.
Yes, they get to dictate what's going on. I'm not going to go where I was going to go because we've already had to edit it out once.
Yeah,
and I'm not going to do it. I'm going to move.
Is it the B word?
Yes, it is. And it needs to happen again. And everybody knows it. It rhymes with
Sully.
It does.
Starts with a B.
It does. And it needs to happen again. That's all I'm saying.
We can't let people who have no grasp on reality control the narrative.
I backed down one time. When we had
Only one time.
I backed down one time from having this conversation in another episode. And I said, we probably need to edit this out. It needs to be back. Shame needs to exist again.
Yeah.
Shame people that are saying that these things are okay. They're not okay.
Because what's wrong with that? I mean, I've been shamed before and it worked.
Yeah. You know, if you tell me I stink, I'm probably going to go wash my butt.
Yeah, you can't be like, is that a new smell?
Yeah.
Is that a new scent? That's wonderful.
It's so great. And you have so much courage.
Your musk is amazing.
Yeah, the courage you have for coming out and smelling like butt and taint is great.
Yeah, it's so freeing.
Yes. Shame people. If they smell like butt and taint, as a reference, tell them that they smell like butt and taint.
Yes, you can't accept that into society.
No, you can't. This is an analogy for a broader conversation.
Filth.
Yes, filth. If you're filthy, somebody needs to tell you you're filthy.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just get used to your own stink and you don't know it.
Yeah. Sometimes you've been sitting in it so long, you're it.
Yeah. Sometimes you just don't know.
Two genders, man, making it great again.
That's right.
Make genders great again.
So my last portion, and this is where I'm a little bit hesitant with Trump. I understand the necessary evil of it.
Mm-hmm.
AI.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a tough one.
I understand that there is a necessary evil and you need to be the first ones on the cutting edge to this.
Yeah, it's just like the moon.
Yeah.
Quotations.
And Mars. But I'm scared of it. I'm not going to lie. AI scares me. The things that they're saying they're going to do with it scares me.
Mm-hmm.
I get that there is innovation that can happen through it. I get that there are good things of it, from it, with it. But, man, they're talking about we're going to scan your body and they're going to be able to make an mRNA vaccine
based on your
specifically made for you.
Oof.
That's absolutely terrifying to me.
I'm going to tap into your ancestry.com account, figure it out.
The fact that they would have access to your entire genetic makeup.
Yeah.
And look, we're giving that away freely with 23andMe or whatever that is.
I'm guilty.
We're doing it.
I did it just to find out I'm white. I mean,
Yeah, they come back and that's all it was. They sent you a white piece of paper
blank.
and said, here it is.
Yep, it says Europe on it.
Yeah, that's Europe in tiny
Yep.
Times New Roman up at the
Yep.
top. But I mean, we're doing it freely now. But the fact that there's going to be an entire database that has all of these things about you in general. Where does HIPAA come into this?
And the hope that nobody uses it for a very nefarious.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay, we know we'll kill this guy instantly. Blah.
Yeah. Let's
mean,
take out all the redheads.
Yeah, it could happen.
Yeah.
And most countries have had a history of that, including ours, of just, we don't like the way this certain thing is. Get rid of it.
Yep. Bloop. Flick it off.
I mean, there's already genetic where they can go in and manipulate genetics and utero and all that kind of stuff that exists. But now we just have a computer telling us the way to do it. I don't trust it, man.
Yeah, especially the responses I see for AI. It's like, dude.
Yeah.
This is a slippery slope if I've ever seen one.
It is. And that's, I think that's more of the argument.
This slope is owned by Diddy. That's how slippery it is.
For me, that's more of the argument. It's not, I understand that there's good for it. I understand that there are things that it's going to help. It's kind of like the internet. It's two sides of a coin.
Yeah.
You've got it to where it's really helpful and we're going to use it every day, but you've also got where there's things that shouldn't be going on it happening.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I think it's just the race. Like there's a race to get to peak out AI. And it's just like, if we don't get it first, China or some other developing country is going to get it.
What does that do to the balance of power in the world at that point?
Right.
The balance of power would shift dramatically to whoever has.
Yeah. It's like we could drop our AI program and it can run your country. They don't even need you anymore.
Yeah. And that just opens up a whole can of worms completely.
Yeah. It may just be a means to an end thing, but it's like there's nothing I can do about it.
I hate that saying. A means to an end is the worst.
Yeah. Because it's like it's never good.
Because that means something bad has to happen for the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hopefully that's Jesus.
Yeah. The means is one thing. The end is the other conversation. The means is
and
bad.
2 is in between. So.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not good. But I understand it. I get it. You don't want to be the guy that's like, nope, we're not doing that crap. This is just a phase.
It's like being the guy late to Bitcoin.
That's me.
That's me too.
I don't know. I've
lots of regret. I mean, I was only like 14.
Nah, I was offered a mining machine.
And you said,
I laughed.
That's lame.
I laughed.
They're like, who's laughing now?
The person who was offering me the mining machine that has a bunch of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I dated someone at one point, and her dad was like, hey, I've got some old Bitcoin mining machines back here. Do you want them? I was like, nah, that crap's not going anywhere. That's stupid. I mean,
what an absolute blunder.
Yeah, and now I'm.
You stay up at night sometimes.
I think about it sometimes. Yeah, I think about that every now and then. I'm like, man,
some digital currency that stresses you out.
Yeah, I could have actually
retired.
I could have retired today.
It's like 10 years ago.
Oh, it was when it was under 100 at that point.
Oh my god, makes you sick.
Oh, dude, yeah, it was under $100. So we're talking way back.
Yeah.
He's like, man, I've got them. He's like, I'm not doing anything with them. Do you want them? I'm like,
no. He's like, hey, I got my super yacht.
Yeah.
I got an island now.
Yeah, I don't check up on that too often to know where he is.
You just know.
Yeah, I just know that it's better than where I am. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
But hey, we're all gonna get there, man. It's all gonna happen. We're in the golden era.
Yep.
With a golden podcast.
Bingo.
Called Shrouded Reality. We got hope, man.
Yeah.
And we're on the better side, I think, of where we were.
Yes. Don't put too much hope in this world. Find Jesus.
Find Jesus. Live your every day like it could be the last one, and it doesn't matter. As long as you've got Jesus here, you're good.
Have fun, guys.